Welcome to another episode of Wealth is Gangster. Today is Mindset Mondays. Van in the house. You know what I'm saying? I see we got a guest today too. You know what I'm saying? What's up, partner? What's
What
going on?
up?
Man? How you doing, man?
That's my homeboy Terrell right there.
What's up,
What's good with you, my G?
man? I'm all right.
Legendary photographer Terrell Demetrius on Instagram.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm finna share the link too. I got some people that wanted it on a text. Let me see. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm in there. All right, so today on Mindset Monday, I want to take this episode. I know it's your network, your show, everything.
This
But
our show.
I want to make you the topic. We're gonna dissect you with what we've been talking about in the previous episodes. So like what I mean is episode 1, we talked about a why. Episode 2, we talked about the mind moves first. Episode 3, we talked about protecting your focus. And then 4 and 5, we talked about raising the standard. And we're gonna use that to lead into the resource, the house of resources, and yeah, we just gonna make it about you today, if that's okay.
Well, that's cool. You know me, it's it still goes back to us because what I do is for you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm with it. I'm with it.
So like they do radio or social media, what they call it, give them their flowers. So we're gonna make today about giving you your flowers.
I was told that the other day. I'll be reaching out when I see people doing stuff. I'll be reaching out to be like I want to bring you on the podcast and talk to you. They be like, man, we need to put you on the podcast and talk about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But it really goes together because it really don't just be interviews, it be conversations. Because most of the people that I interview, I end up doing business with. I'm gonna support them off top. You know what I'm saying? But I do business with. We support each other, or we figure out how to make our dollars or at least our resources, our mind power, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Benefit each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's on you. You go with it.
Our episode number 1, we talked about a why and how important it is to have a why and so forth. But I just want you to take a second and tell us like your why, what's the vision you see, what motivates you, just your why.
Man, my why, man, I guess I can make a short.
It's a bunch of them you could go.
Yeah. But the main one is where we just change. People say because they feel like I'm too serious. You know what I'm saying? Have fun. You get those conversations, but they don't understand this is fun. I have found a spot in life where when I was transforming from the streets to wanting to be all the way legal. I found it. I seen the enemy. I started, researching and learning about this country. It's the enemy. So the enemy became the system. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, how can you really fight an enemy? You got to develop systems. You gotta read. You gotta learn what you're fighting up against. You gotta know what you're going at. You know what I'm saying? So it became a challenge, a life challenge to me wanting to be positive, me wanting to be better. But it's all because I want to fight a system that has our people just strapped down. So that was the main why at the beginning. Just want a rebellious system, but not in no suicidal, crazy way, like educational thought way. You know what I'm saying? Because most of us, when we get mad at the system, we want to crash out and do some dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we don't know that economic, we don't know that brain power way. So we go back to what we know. physical violence or something crazy. You know, I'm like, nah, we're gonna play this intellectual game. We're gonna play this non-emotional, not in my feelings game. We're gonna play the big boy game. So that was the original way of me saying, you know what, this is a better world, because that's I begin to find my purpose. That wasn't my fully purpose, but I begin to sense that, okay, this is something else. This is a different calling. So I would say that was the beginning why.
Okay, so I'm ask you why, really, what made you feel, in your terminology, you said play the big boy game.
Yeah.
Why do you feel you were capable of playing the big boy game? Like, what gave you the audacity, they would say?
Man, okay. Like I say, it's always like 2 or 3 parts to it, because like each level is it's a different knowledge, it's a different thought process. You know what I'm saying? So it's always, okay, I started with this was my why, and then when I got to the next level, I had to develop a different why. So, so the same thing with that. Like, I just really, my street hustle, I seen so much money when I was young that I felt like I was gonna be a millionaire off the streets, right? So I felt like I was so smart, that was my calling. That was my brain power. You know what I'm saying? So that's where. So, but even before I developed anything, I knew I was a mastermind of putting money together. You know what I'm saying? You leave your mama house at 11, 12. You get your first apartment by 14. You see your first 100,000 at 15. Like, you'll never be the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like for the rest of your life, even when you go legit, you still think different. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now when people say, man, you do a lot, you doing this and that, it's really just that same street mentality, but I'm just doing it in this world. So I knew I had it, because I felt like could nobody out hustle me. And I never was like a person like, okay, I feel I'm better than black people, or I feel like I'm better than this. Now, can't nobody, when I say nobody, most of us will be thinking about another black person. Can't nobody out hustle me in this game. When I say that, I'm talking about can't nobody, like no colors, no, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about everybody. And when I was talking about this a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I wake up every day with a focus, and my challenge is, you know who I'm competing against every day? The 40-year-old Donald Trump, the 40-year-old white man that got inherits, don't really like me. He got all the resources, he got everything already, and I don't got none of that. You know what I'm saying? So my focus got to be on a 10 to even think I can even play in his world. But that's who I focus on every day, though, because I'm 40 years old. So I'm focused on the 40-year-old Donald Trump that I'm gonna have to compete with, because I'm coming out the power, and I know he ain't giving it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, man, you kind of said it with, you had a focus, and that leads me to the mind moves first, right?
Yeah.
So we got your why. So when you think about the journey, right? Can you see how your why kind of led you the way in places you don't know? Like, for example, how am I trying to say this? So me and my homeboy today, we were just talking about get her done, right? Just getting it done. Yeah. And sometimes people don't understand, in entrepreneurship in this world, we're really just trying to get it done. It's no instructions for getting it done. Yeah. So when we want you on the team, we need you to agree on helping us get it done. It's not necessarily a position, but getting it done, right? So when you develop this why, you start seeing the roads you need to take. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What up, Bam? You start seeing those roads. So what I'm trying to ask is, I know I'm putting it on. I'm just trying to make sure I get it out right. But
you good?
When you saw that picture, what was it that made you really want to move? Because like, even when you talk about going from the street life to becoming legal, right? What is it that made you really move versus thinking? Because like a lot of us, we're sticking with you when you talked about our why. When you talked about your why, yeah, we feeling you, we with you, we relate to you.
Yeah.
But some of us don't really take action, and you did.
I mean, when you start studying this world, you see it's really is. I like wealth. Like I say, I got in the streets not because I'm no street dude. I tell people that all the time. Like I wasn't no person that grew up and wanted to be a street dude. I got in the streets because I was the oldest of four, and the guy on the older guy on the corner told me, man, I can show you how to make $100 a day. That's what made me become a dude. And then after you get a taste of that, then it just go from there. You know what I'm saying? But I never was a youngster that wanted to be there, portrayed that. You know how you see youngsters now, like they grew up and that's what they really. Nah, I wasn't like that. You know. So my thing is, what made me start taking action is when I realized that it was a bigger calling for me, and it was because I got off in the streets when I was like 11, 12, right? But I had partners that when I was 17, they was like 19, and they were just now getting in the streets. They going to the penitentiary. They like everybody around me. I literally don't know nobody that I started with that didn't go to the penitentiary, and I'm the only one. But I seen more money than most of them. I did more things than most of them. So that was like, I've been in houses where I left 5 minutes later, it got hit. I've been in houses, it got hit 5 minutes before I came. So that stuff right there, as I'm in the game, and I'm like, it's something bigger for me because I'm no different than none of these guys, but I keep catching that break. You know what I'm saying? Like I done been pulled over with it in the car. Like, man, if you name it, I didn't avoided it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so that's when I really started thinking like I got a bigger calling because I should be another statistic. Literally, I should be like a 2-3 time felon, like, you know, out the situations and it just, but each time when it was that time, when 99% of my partners would be going to the pen in the same situation, they just didn't find it. I was just didn't. So that's when I first started saying I got a bigger calling. And then I stayed with the music because every time a house got hit or something happened, I was in the studio. See, the thing about me is I listen to life. You know what I'm saying? I don't fight against it because I learn from people's mistakes. That's my biggest thing that's one of my biggest skills. I don't, a lot of my older partners didn't really tell me what to do. They showed me what not to do off their life though. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't drink. That's why I don't smoke cigarettes. That's why I don't do a lot of things because when I was 12, 13, my partner was 30 something. So by the time I hit 30, they was already 60. You know what I'm saying? So, and I seen how they went from 30s when they was players, they had the money, they had the family, they had all this. And by 60, they living off $1,000 a month, struggling and don't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that was my push. That was my like, oh nah, I ain't gonna do that working because these guys did everything you quote unquote is the right thing to do. And they ended like that still. Nah, that ain't right. So I'm a youngster, but I'm all this. I'm all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, man, that don't make sense. This dude been working at this place for 30 years and he's still struggling. But everybody's saying this is the right way though. So I started telling myself it can't be. And then when you in the streets and you make that much money, so even when you go legit, I'm like, hold on, I don't want to be in the street life forever, but I definitely ain't going to that world. I ain't going like. So this business, the way I do business and the way I grind it, this is the only option because it's either streets or working, and I can promise you, I'm not working. I can promise you. You know what I'm saying? So that was the energy, and that's why I come with this energy every day because I don't have no like if everything fall tomorrow, I can't go fill out an application. Like I'm unemployable because my mental is just so far gone. That if I lose everything, I'll just start a t-shirt company tomorrow. I'll just start with the new hustle, but I can't be hired like that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but we talking about me right now. So I'm talking about my mindset. Because a lot of times people think that I'm against jobs. I'm not against jobs because a partner just called me today. He was telling me, I said, yeah, use your job to get yourself in a better position. See, my problem with jobs is our community use them to die with. That's the problem.
To get comfortable.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the problem. I don't have no problem with job because the person with a job and the person on the street corner, to me, I'm telling both of them, do what you got to do to get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
both of y'all need to do what y'all need to do to get out because, one day it's either going to die out before you want it to, or you're going to realize that inflation and killed it and that check ain't adding up. So what you need to do with that check and what you need to do with that streets is put it into making sure that you can do something else that's more positive and more better in the long run.
Yeah, like you said, your escape plan.
Your escape plan. You know what I'm saying? So that and I did that because I lived that. Like I'm different though. Like I say, my mindset. A lot of people tell me it's a little. So he's asking about me tonight. I'm not talking about what people should do. I'm not talking down on nobody because I get that a lot because I'm so aggressive with it. But I can tell people I'm an entrepreneur that I put on my parachute on the way. I jump out the plane, then put on my parachute. Some people got to buckle it up 3 times and they gotta talk about it for 6 months. And I'm not, but I built that kind of skin because I've been doing this for like 20 years though. You know what I'm saying? So I done faced all of them.
One of the things, like for me, entrepreneurship, that energy reminds me a lot of track, right? With track and field is, I guess, it's like being on the block too. You by yourself, so your work ethic is going to speak no matter what.
Yeah.
If you slacking, nobody got to be. I think that's the definition for integrity. What you do when nobody else is watching. That type thing.
Regardless.
And track, I felt like, man, instead of going to the club, I got to go to the weight room because I got to get up on you. If I get 2 nights up on you while you partying, it's going to show up when we meet face to face.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that same thing.
It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's just everything is so similar, man. Like no matter your struggle in the streets, your struggle on the job, your struggle in the track, your struggle in football, like it's all the same struggle. And what we all trying to do, find a way to get paid off our talents inside this circle. You know what I'm saying? But what we realize is most of those circles are built by a system that's built for us to fall. That's why it's only a few that make it through there because it's not built for you. It's built to get high profits at the top. And it's going to look like it's a lot of money going around. But if you look at the whole thing, they throwing crumbs back down. But most of them people, it's only going to be a handful of them people that really eat. Everybody not going to get a Patrick Mahomes contract. You know what I'm saying? Like most of them players will never sniff nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to even think about it like this. Before we got on the call, me and my partner was just talking about it's not a job's responsibility to pay you your worth.
Yeah.
Even Patrick Mahomes, if they're paying him $500 million, how much are they bringing in?
Exactly.
To be paying you $5? Because trust me, I know it's not half.
Nah.
You are not paying nobody half. That is no blood to you. That is no, so.
Nah, that's just like the LeBron contract. We was happy saying that Nike gave him $1 billion contract over a lifetime span. But do you know how many billions they gonna make for that one? He should have got at least about a 30-40 million $1 billion contract. They're gonna make 100 billion off that. You know what I'm saying? But they gave him one. To us, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But compared to what they gonna make over a lifetime span, like this man is gonna be selling Nikes for the next 30-40 years. You know what I'm
saying? Hey, look at it this way. You see the price of the remix Jordans from when we was younger right now.
Yeah.
But imagine if Jordan passed away or when he passed away, how much more they gonna go up?
Yeah.
So them should just that year alone, they gonna hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
What up, Bam? Bam.
That's what it's set up to do. That's exactly what it's set up to do. Put you to sleep.
I read a quote that said, "A job is how much they pay you to forget your dreams."
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's deep because man, to me, it's time and self-development is the difference between where you're at and where you want to be.
Yeah.
And so
they taking all that time. You tired, you got to drive there. Then you got to come home and still spend some time with the family and all. You don't even got no time to be creative if you want to be, And that's why, but that's why it takes the right circle. You need to get rid of the right circle because first of all, if you're doing it by yourself, that's gonna make it 10 times. It's already hard if you got plenty of time by yourself. So, but if you bogged into like family, work, and all that, and you try to do something a little bit on yourself, you have to be with a team of people when you're doing it, when you're living like that, until you can get more freedom and you just buy a little bit of your time back, little by little. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It don't happen overnight. You just buy a few hours back here and there and put yourself in a position. But it's possible though. It's definitely possible.
And I know this is about you, but I'm gonna share a quick
This is about us, man. This is about us. I keep telling you, man.
But the episode we focusing on you.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you, bro. So I want to, but so for me, I haven't had a job in 12 years, and I really got down. Yeah. So taking the job I have now, it was really, really a true blessing for me. But at the same time, having a job is no excuse, because we're like, society said you go to work and work a full day, you deserve to go home, watch the football, and have a beer. That's what society says. But life says, like, this is a game of growth. Like, you could go home and be tired, but there's somebody grinding with that same dream you got. You know, so if you too tired to grow yourself or put time into that vision, it ain't gonna work for you.
And see, this is what we need to understand about group economics, right? Mm-hmm. Because everybody got a part to play. Okay, just think about, all we think about is what the Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, right? Mm-hmm. But what do you think people that we don't even know their name, how many millions and billions they making because they just connected to them, they invested into them? See, we got to stop thinking that we have to do it all. Sometimes if we ain't got the time, if we ain't got the energy, if we ain't got that know-how, just link up with, you see some guys that's doing something, say, man, I want to be an investor. I want to put something, let's work out some, but see, the thing about it, that's new terminology to us. So it's risky, it's scary. It's kind of scared to be like, you know what? I ain't got that push like that. But this brother Ben over here, I'm gonna see if I can tell him I'm gonna give him 1,000 or something and see if I can buy equity into what he's doing. I believe in that. Be great on purpose. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And we start thinking like that as a community, and we support each other as a community. Just think about it. If you got 10 people right now ready to give you $1,000, $2,000 because they believe in be great on purpose, what they can do for you, and what kind of return you can give them just for believing in you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That like, man, and it's crazy you use the number 10,000 because it's a lot, but it's not a lot at the same time. And with 10,000, like, you could really get off the ground if that's your focus.
That's it.
So
but see, at the House of Resources, this is what I was just talking to my mom about, because I'm checking the whole family. Like, it's time for that family to build wealth. Like, I'm not accepting no more excuses. I'm not accepting none of that stuff, right? But this is what the House of Resources is going to be doing. We're going to be pouring, and that's why it's called House of Resources. Let's pour into each other. That's the tagline, right? So all we doing is coming together and we masterminding. Oh man, you got Be Great on Purpose. We got the 20 for 20. My boy in Connecticut started, where each month we get 20 people with $20 and we go spend that with a Black-owned business. You know what I'm saying? We got a place where you come and you need this, you need a plumber, you need this. It's a resource center. It's a resource house of all kind of knowledge being switched up, a bunch of education, a bunch of seminars, conferences, different stuff like that. And that's when the guys that just work and got an income tax need to come and sit down at the mastermind and be like, man, you brothers, let's put something together. I got 2,000 that I'm ready to put up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about that, man. The stuff we doing right now. If we got 30 guys with $2,000 a piece, what can we do with that, man?
A lot. But let me dissect that. Let me dissect that. Yeah. We're still on the second point, the second episode with the mind moves first, right?
Yeah.
So with this, with the property deal, we talked about you like going straight to the owners, or how, I don't want to make it seem small, but you like talking about going straight to the owners. So I want to talk about going straight to the owners. That's an end goal, but the mind moving first and what it took for you to know the conversation and have the confidence to go approach them with that conversation.
Yeah, because I was told don't do it. They be like, man, 300,000. You got to make sure your bank structure get you in the credit program. Wait 6 months, wait 9 months, wait this and that. You know, and I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go chop it up with him. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's my spirit, man. Like I always tell people this. I got four properties right now. This will be the fifth, right? Each one of those properties, I think I told you this before. Each one of those properties, I did not have the money to buy when I called them. But I called them because they was the owners and I wanted to chop it up with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I got belief in myself. If we talk, we gonna figure out something. I just believe in myself. You know what I'm saying?
Was that okay? So there's two parts of believing in yourself, and I don't want to discredit either one of the parts.
Yeah.
In that believe in yourself. So was that like, did you do some research and boom, 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 and that research gave you the confidence to go talk, to go have that conversation, or you were like just confident and say, you know what, I'm going to talk to the owner. You got what I'm saying, or you need an example?
My confidence come from. I had a level of just being a confidence from just a youngster, just believing in myself. You know what I'm saying? But like as far as a black man in business, a black man that's not scared to go talk to, you know, quote unquote, the folks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that confidence came from listening to mentors like, you know, like Farrakhan, like Dr. Boyce, because my thing was I always knew I can be rich legally. Well, I thought I was gonna be rich illegal at first, but when I realized the game, because I started, even though I was in the streets, I started my record company when I was 18. I had a chicken restaurant. I was probably like 20 something. Like I done had all record stores, clothing stores. So I always did it, but I was really just playing around with it because the streets was the real money. You know what I'm saying? So, but so I had confidence in myself, but I always thought, if I get out the streets, the only way I'm gonna really get to the money is I'm gonna have to go to the system and bow down. But you know that street put that rebel in you, so it's kind of hard. Like I want to square up some, but I don't want to have to go bow down to that system, right? So that was my dilemma for years. And then when I started hearing Farrakhan, like, hold on, man, who's this black man talking like that with no fear? And he got soldiers, he got land, he got, you know what I'm saying? And then I started, the Dr. Boyce is a millionaire, a dude that left Syracuse working for that comfortable couple $100,000 a year. Like we was most in our communities, that's a success story. You know what I'm saying? You come from the hood to making $200,000 a year, you gonna get your what they call it, your turn or whatever that stuff called. And he left it, and now he's what, a millionaire. So that level of just go for it. You never know. All they gonna do is tell you, no, you black. You're a black man that left your mama house at 11. You always told no one to hurt me, but I wanted to let it. I want the least. They gonna have to tell me no. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to tell me no. I'm not just gonna assume you're gonna say no and then that. So man, one property we got, the lady just, oh man, give me $1,000 down, make this payment a month. Another one, oh just give me this cash. I called a partner, we bought a cash. You know, like, so it was, and that was my first two. Now, I just know, okay, I'm targeting nothing but the owners. Anytime they say for sale by owner, because you know when you go to the lenders and all that, yeah, you go to them, they need check stub, they need this, they need that, they need this. They got you going through hula hoops. When you talking to the owner straight up, the owner like, man, bro, you got the bread. Can you know you got the cash? You know what I'm saying? Like even in this deal, you know what I'm saying? It's over $250,000 deal. And he was just like,
and it's a win-win for both parties because he like, man, I don't want them tapping into my profit either.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, even with this asset, this is the biggest asset I ever went after. But even in this one, he was just like, I just need to know the vision so I know it's gonna work. Because he done had a bunch of people in there, you know what I'm saying, in and out. And I just gave him the playbook.
So that's a good transition point. Might be a little ramble, but I'm gonna transition for us.
Nah, we good.
So one of the things is like the mind moves first. Like you saw it, you had the confidence to go do it, but you also talked about the mentors, right? when your why, like your why became ownership, that freedom, and because that why, I remember when we was in the Mind Moves in the episode, I asked, does your eyes tell your mind what they see, or does your mind tell your eyes what to look for? And it sounds like once you made your why, it told your mind what to look for.
Yeah.
And you found those mentors, you found the confidence to go talk. Now that third episode we was on, we titled that Protecting Your Focus. So I want to talk to you about that. Like, what are some of the ways you had to protect your focus for your vision?
Stay drowned in the future you want and what you want. You got to stay drowned in that world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so from sun up to sundown, I got stuff in my ear about stocks, about motivation, about real estate. Like sun up to sundown, you know how I used to listen to rap music and all that. Like I'm drowned in a world of nothing but builders, more information. You know, so that's my biggest thing. And you just once you drown yourself in that world, like I tell my you know, we got in my book, you know, The Streets Lied to Us. The tagline for that is, "Don't be a product of your environment, make your environment a product of you," right? And I said that because we grew up and it was a cool thing to say, man, I'm a product of my environment. I'm a product of my environment. And I realized that you can make your environment a product of what you are just by changing your mindset. Because I can be in the hood in a small apartment and I can be with a thugged out mindset that'll make me be throwed off, right? Or I could be in that same apartment with a mindset that's listening to mentors that's giving me game about stocks, and then I could start seeing a whole different world in that same spot. So then nothing changed but the mindset, and the mindset changed. Then your approach to what you're gonna be around, what you want to hear, who you want to be around, you know. And let me tell you a quick thing about when I was transferring from the streets. I always say I had 30, 40 people around me when we was talking about street stuff with the music, whoop, whoop, whoop. Everybody talking about they're ready to ride or die. You know how that go, all that, right? Soon I got to the positive, I couldn't find nobody. And I started realizing, so would they really die for me if they won't even live for me? Like they won't. I'm talking about positive stuff now. Let's live together. Don't die for me. Let's live for each other. You know what I'm saying? When you change that message up, everybody disappeared. So it just that was just a quick little tagline that I thought about. But
when you said that, it made me think, yeah, they will die for you.
Yeah.
Because they don't have nothing to live for. And when you find something to live for, that comes with accountability. Yeah. And a lot of us would rather not find that accountability. So, you know, that's dope. You ever come across, like, man, this has been my boy for years, and I'm trying my best to, like, bro, come on, let's go on this, like, let's change directions. And he doesn't come. So in order to protect your focus, you gotta let him go.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because life too short. I don't got time to play. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's guys that I said, man, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Never talk to again. It's guys that we dapped it up, and now they doing 30 years. I probably won't touch them to it. You know what I'm saying? Like at a young age, I realized that this ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? Like it could end like that. So even as now, the guy that I'm that I'm burying Saturday, my partner that I had posted, that's like the closest guy to me ever, right? But I just tell people, I say it's only one person that I ever kick it with right now. It's only one person that you'll see me around that I don't do business with. I don't hang with people just because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I can't get with you and we can figure out a way how to make your family life better and you make my family life better, we don't need to be around each other. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pointless to me.
We got to put a new definition of friendship. Like, man, let's not just be cool and research shoes and all that, but let's be cool and kick it and make our discussions or meetups about some type of progression. What you reading, bro? What you know?
Yeah. Oh, you said, man,
Number two,
Black labor, white wealth. That's mine. That's really changed my life right there. By
I
Dr.
say
Scott Anderson.
I say Ways of a Superior Man. You
Oh,
know,
I ain't read that one.
So I discovered that book watching Breakfast Club. Nipsey was on there, and Charlemagne asked him about this book. Lauren London referred to him. It was called Ways of a Superior Man, and it goes into the psychology of things like that. And one of the things I took from it that I was making a mistake over was like, I don't know if this is coming. I might be a simp dude, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I meet a girl and I'm googly eyed. I'm head over heels, skipping basketball practice. Just want to be laid up with her.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, you number one. None comes before you. All that whoop-de-whoop. You know, but this book talks about as a man, you keep your vision first. Don't let nothing come in front of your vision. So if a woman comes into your life, guess what she got to do? Be around your vision. And that gives her some type of security to know that when you're not with her, you're not out running the streets versus growing your vision, you know?
Yeah.
And like, man, relationships are hard. They're gonna be ups and downs, but the one thing you got full control over is your vision.
Yeah.
And like you often say on the show, the root to a lot of problems is financial. But that vision, putting that vision first and trusting in that vision and building out your vision, not only do you find your worth, but you find your financial freedom.
Yeah, that's it. You got as a man, you got to have that anyway. I tell guys that, you know, when we have the black man brunches and all that, man, it's powerful loving on your woman and all that. But as a man, you got to have a vision. You got to lead, you know, and a lot of the problems. And when I say that, it's not a like lead woman got to listen to everything. I'm saying you got to have a vision for her. Women ready to follow if you can show them, you know what I'm saying? Like you can show them the path, show them what we're going for. You know what I'm saying? And that's as black men, we lost that. We don't have the, and that's why I've been thinking about resource center for years, because I used to tell people all the time, I said, you know why it's hard for our people to fight against the system with us? Because they get fed, housed, clothed, sheltered, everything by the system. So we can't provide them stuff. How we gonna tell them the man say, forget that job and I can't hire you though? Man, forget that food bank, but I can't feed you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes we be wanting them to go to war with us and fight, but we can't even provide. Like even our women, most of our women go to a job and it's not a black business. We don't have corporations and these industries and producing and distributing stuff. So our community and our people feel safe because we produce something. And the Chinese man gave me that game. He was like, the reason why certain levels of society don't respect y'all because y'all don't produce or distribute nothing. Don't nobody, if y'all get mad at everybody, ain't nobody gonna stop eating. But if we get mad at y'all, y'all gonna stop eating because we distribute everything.
Absolutely. That's one of my whys. I don't like, I'm tired of hearing as blacks, we don't own anything.
Yeah.
So if I can own something, to me, that gives another kid hope in owning something. So that's my contribution. Yeah. But if I just lay back and be passive, that's going to give him the permission to be passive. Now, let you see me being great on purpose. It's not saying I'm great, but that's my attempt. That's the intention. So yeah, I'm setting it.
Nah, for real, that's straight up. And that's the vision I see with this. That's why I posted. I'm like, even what you talking about when we came on talking about the 7 million that you getting ready to go for the facility, right? And that's what I'm thinking about, man. My visions for the last few years is coming full circle, because at the House of Resources, this is where we're gonna put the plan together. You know what I'm saying? This is when the community coming in. We need 7 M's for this facility. We got we got the think tanks, we got the entrepreneurs, we got the different bankers and millionaires coming through the doors. We got all these different resources coming in and out. They gonna know about what we got a plan right here. This ain't, and that's what I'm telling people. This ain't nothing for like, this is a spot Tony gonna eat at. everybody that walk through that door, we're gonna get money together. We're gonna build together. We're gonna build legacies and wealth together. This not no one stop. Everybody gonna get just this guy rich or that guy. Everybody that come through there, that's the spot where we could sit down and become millionaires and build $1 million industries at. And that's my vision for it. And I've been having that vision now to really just have the location, and it's a location that I'm not just renting. It's even more powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy, man. But yeah, I was just thinking about that because I know a lot of the stuff we talk about. Where can we mastermind out these at? Where can we have a sittings at anytime, any day without worrying about scheduling? Because that's my problem. Every time I try to book something, I gotta wait another month. It's already booked up. We don't own them. We don't got no facilities that we can go to.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, man, even from a youth perspective, I see everybody's program. I've donated 5 figures to programs this year. So like I'm looking, but I'm seeing nobody really has nowhere to go. Yeah. And in order for us to get the change we need is consistency. We have to have somewhere to be consistent. You know, if I know I could consistently get a drink of water here, okay.
Good, yeah.
Good.
and this what we're gonna call them to the table at the congressman, the whoever the big wigs is. Like I said, I'm already lined up. The guy I'm getting it from, he got a millionaire circle in Tampa. I'm inviting them to come down and talk, and we're gonna have them conversations with. It could be investors in there. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a spot where I got the banker that just started one of my accounts. She coming on the podcast next week, but she already coming to one of the mixers. Like we finna mix this thing up, man. And this is where we birthed everything that we talking about, man. This is like the mastermind house. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is the think tank. You know what I'm saying?
This is a dream. Yeah. Like, man, for me is special. It's legendary. Like when we talk about the system, we talk about what's gangster and all that, and that's kind of rebelling against the system, but bringing something to your community positive is nothing more gangster than that, because what you have to go through to birth it is something totally different, you know?
Yeah. And it's a lot. And now what I was saying earlier, it's always different levels to it. Every time you reach a level, now it's so I'm decompressing. I understand I got a whole bunch of different type of hurdles, a whole bunch of different type of hate, but it's baked in. It's not a cry thing. It's an understanding that, okay, this is another level, so get used to it. I was on the news the other day. I'm getting people that talking about they want to sit down and do sponsorships, but you know what's on the other side of that? It's people that hating and stuff that I don't see. So we got to realize every time we go up, every time you go up. So you see, and I've been saying this for years, right? That I thought I'd be a millionaire by 26, 28, right?
Uh-huh.
I done had some 6-figure years, a few of them, illegal and legal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm thankful that right now, if I became a millionaire in my 20s or probably even early 30, I'd probably be broke. Mm-hmm. Because the knowledge in the game I done got in the last 6 years it's really changed. It's really changed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and then you study wealth. Most people, the most people that would get wealthy is what, late 30s, mid 40s. That's really that's your gap. Really, that 40 to 50 is really your most people become. 40 to 50 is really when most people become millionaires. People don't know that. You see a lot of
entertainers.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about that? As you say, not a lot of people know that, right?
Yeah.
But how many people do we run in talking about, oh, I feel like I'm behind in life. I'm behind. Nah, you ain't supposed to hit that. You compare yourself to Bow Wow, and we all ain't going to hit $1 million at 16.
Nah, for real. That's what we
so
do.
When he says you ain't as fresh as I am. Yeah, I know, and I'm going to salute you, but I will get there.
Yeah. But you know why we not successful that earlier, especially in our community, because first of all, we don't pass down no wealth. We don't have no wealth coming down. You know, most of them kids get born into it. You know what I'm saying? But second of all, that's why I started CEO Youth League. Where is the institution that's teaching our kids about wealth at a young age? I talked to a Jewish guy. He said, man, I told you this. He said, man, we start teaching our kids how to run a bank at 5. And I'm like, it's black kids at 18 don't even know how to open up a savings account. So how many years we so far behind? They learning how to run a bank at 5. We don't know how to open up a savings account at 18. Bro, that's 13 years, but that's really like 20, 30 years behind. But that's knowledge. That's not no place. See, that type of information is their culture. That ain't our culture, and that's what we doing. We changing the culture where we making all this wealth talk is cool.
But our culture is to dominate whatever we do. You put us in the hockey. I don't care how late you put us in. We step on that ice and we dominate. Put us on the tennis court. I don't care how late it is. You put us in the game, we dominate. And that's kind of what's happening right now, right? So let's keep in perspective. And we're just talking about this today. The Holocaust and Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was 4 years old when the Holocaust started and 19 when it stopped. So I'm saying that to say these are such close time periods. And we're not that. Arizona just recently made Martin Luther King a holiday. So we're not too far out from that. So what you're doing is, to me, is so inspirational because we're the first level to get to show our kids, like, yeah, we could do this. He had a dream. This one talked about it. Obama hit the White House. Now we're doing the stuff we talked. We're not talking no more. We're doing. And we will figure it out.
we gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And we have to work at it. That's the hard part. See, it's like relationships, anything, you got to work at it if you want it to succeed, you know.
And that's the most important part, because we have to teach our kids it's not a microwave. No, everything is worked at, and y'all have to see us working at it, because if y'all don't see us working at it, if y'all don't see us getting it wrong and getting it right, then y'all don't know. This is just a stage and to keep going.
That's real, man, and that's the culture that we building, man. Like the fatherhood brunch I got coming up. That's just you either bringing your kids or kids you mentor, and it's nothing but men in the youth, and you know, just showing them that power of black men that's here to protect you, that's here to give you game, that's here to give you knowledge, that's here to feed you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to just see more of those type of examples, and let that pour out, because we don't understand that it's all mental, right? So if they start seeing us in more of a powerful position, whether they look at themselves at more power, I became more powerful position. Why? Because I was looking at a Farrakhan. I was looking at, these were more powerful black men. I'm like, hold on, I don't got to go to the corporate world to get where y'all at. Y'all could talk like that and still be straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that lets you know, like, the real power, and then you just start. You mix that with the courage I already had just from the street life and all that. Then you mix it with this. Will stand on truth and just you know what I'm saying, and respect your ancestors and know what your people went through, and quit being scared because your people had it worse than you, and you know what I'm saying. Like, then you lose all that fear, and then you put that with, okay, what I'm gonna use my brain, and then you could become fearless, but you become super smart and intelligent with it. It's just it's a time bomb, and then we all got it in us, but most of us can't never mix it together because of life situations.
Bro, my grandma used to tell me, don't never fight nobody uglier than you are, because they don't know when to stop, or they're going to try to leave a mark on you that don't never go away.
They try to get you ugly too.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Bruh, like, I went to college, came home after running for Nike, all that.
Yeah.
Boom, lost a tooth. Bruh, they made me feel so ugly inside. Like, the world made me feel so ugly inside. I just kept thinking about my grandma. Like, okay, if I'm the ugly child, I'm finna come get everything that's mine. I'm gonna walk through any door. You know, you gonna sit here and confuse me as a thug, a crackhead, whatever. Guess what? I'm walking through your door just cause.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, man. We locking them in. You know, see, that's why I was telling Van, like, because he got the team program, you know, and I just deal with the youth in general, but he focuses on the team, and we need that. That's why I keep telling you, so many different wars. We need all that So you know, like we definitely, because that's where I got lost at that 13 year. That's when I just said forget it. I'm out of here. I'm going all the way in. You know what I'm saying?
That's so like part of the system, I guess, a gap in the system or whatever. When you say youth, you're thinking about 18 and under. That's not youth. Youth is 12 and under. Yeah. So like we agree we need help on all fronts. Mm-hmm. However, like a lot of funding, a lot of resources aren't put together for those 13 through 18 years because of puberty. Yeah. Little Johnny, that was a straight A student in 7th and 8th grade, got to 9th grade and got girl crazy because he hit puberty. You know, so it's too many liabilities with teenagers. That's why it's such a gap. And it's just time to fill that gap so we can have a complete system.
Nah, that's real. I remember you told me that. And that's why I like dealing, and that's what I'm saying about the resource center. It's people that's into that. I did it because I came from that life and I knew that this needed to be filled. So I did it like that. I didn't do it all like statistics and knowing. I mean, I know the statistics are bad, but I ain't do it because I read up on the statistics. I just know that most of us will never get a professional check. Most of us go to the streets and go to a job. I just looked around and said all that. You know what I'm saying? But to know, like what you said, because you told me that before, like when we first met, the reason why you go after the teams because they underfunded because of all that. See, I ain't know all that.
That's just one of the reasons. Like I started my program in 2011 because I couldn't get a job, but I always wanted to be a teacher. But what really pushed it was when 2011 we had and Killeen broke the record for teen deaths that year. And I just remember growing up in Killeen and like, at 13, 14, I'm sneaking in the city lights. It really ain't nothing here. What can I do? But who was I as a teen? If somebody would have came to me and said, hey, let me show you how to make a beat. Hey, let me show you how to throw a party and make a flyer. But by default, I'm learning marketing. I'm learning all these different skills, but I'm not calling them that. They just, hey, bro, let's go make a beat. Let's go here. When I got to Middle Tennessee State University, that's where I got my scholarship at, my track scholarship. When I got there, I didn't know how to run. And I really didn't think I was fast. I was just mainly focused on beating Temple, Ellison, and Cove. I didn't care about nothing else, but long as you was fast and then it didn't matter.
Trying to get that local.
Trying to get that local. But during my time, our track coach was whoever drew the shortest straw from the football coaches. So now I made 2006. If you Google USA Championships 2006, I'm right there in the 200 meters, 16th in the nation. And I don't even know I'm fast. I don't even know how to run. So imagine if I would have had a coach that just knew the basics. That just knew the basics. So now think about all of us that went somewhere and came back. And if we could just give these teens the basics, how much of a leg up they have. You know.
That's why I said we're going to definitely be collabing and having some team nights and team events and all that stuff, man, because
bro, we finna, like, you cannot change the system for the outside, but the name of America is make the system work for you. So like the House of Resources, the Resource House, we're gonna put together that. I know you already got the 100-year plan, but we're gonna put it together where we're eating and making sure, because what we're gonna do is put resources in the city. And putting resources in a city like Temple, you know, the city gets funding for that. So they'll be forced to break us off when they get state and federal funding for providing that within their city. And we're going to make sure we get all that so they can't say we don't own nothing. Our kids can say, nah, I'm from Temple, Texas, and we opened up this, and this. Look, you could come right here. I nailed this nail when we was doing the floor. We built it
for real. And we go, and like I say, that's gonna grow and we're gonna do that all over. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
always tell people like the CEO Youth League is not a local thing. This is gonna be city to city, state to state.
Mm-hmm.
But just the foundation, the idea. Now we what we doing is okay. Now it should be a house of resources in every state now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just connected it all.
We running it like BMF. Hey,
Yeah.
if you in Atlanta
Yeah.
and you got a youth program or you got something going on, let's go. Let's get under the umbrella. Let's make it happen.
It's
Teamwork
funny.
make the dream work.
It's funny you said that. I was talking to 41 Potential and some other dudes, and I'm like, when we was in the streets, we would have hit each other up, and we try to, man, that's connected from Killeen to Temple, that's connected from Lubbock to Temple, that's connected from this and that. We'd have been like, we would have been connected. So now let's connect all this positivity and all this life change, and let's connect all that from city to city and state to state. You know what I'm saying?
What up, Mike?
Yeah. What's up, Mike? Don't disappear on me, man. Mike show supposed to be kicking out Wednesday, man. Realer than real estate Wednesdays, man. Realer than real estate, man. I put it out there. See, I'm on live. I put it out there, Mike. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know, Mike be busy, man. I got to track him down.
Oh, no.
What up, good homie? Yo, but he already came by. So, you know, we already, and see, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, I got like 4 or 5 millionaires in my phone that I chop it up with. I got another 20, 30 that's all potential millionaires, all about to be millionaires. And then you got the community, and I already got that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If we can't make this work, but I drove out of spot today. Hey, you already know. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Say, we can't make this work. This is a house of mastermind, and this is the house to do events, and this is house with a van come in say, man, I got this event. Is it free this day? Let's go for it. Put it in there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go and go through hoops and handles and look for a spot or this and that. We got 2 kitchens. We got 4 bathrooms. We got, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got number space and they're ready. And then we got a parking lot. We can do the parking lot event, block it off, and have a parking lot event. It's on us. And they gave me, which is big, 24-hour access. You know, a lot of business you can only operate certain hours.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, I can have a midnight mastermind if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like so that was big right there because they normally restrict you in certain hours. But so it's go time, man. And you know what I'm saying? And I was telling, I was telling the wife, and I was telling other people today. I was like, it's sink or swim. I've been talking to all this for years. This is the biggest investment I done made. Hey, I'm either I'm gonna prove that what I've been talking about and what I stand for is real, or it's gonna disprove it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know they always say don't say it like that, but that's the pressure I put on myself. It's sink or swim, T. That's what I look in the mirror and say. It's sink or swim. You gonna and that's saying it, not saying it in no other way, but I'm gonna win. But it's giving me the reality. If you don't take care of your business, you can win. Like my wife used to tell me all the time. She's like, well, we ain't homeless. I said, if we do a couple of wrong things in this world, we could be. Like, I really believe that. Like, we think that we straight. We don't realize that a couple wrong decisions, you could be out of there. You know
I was in counseling, and she was telling me she believes I have high anxiety.
Yeah.
From going backwards. And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like I'm far away. You talking about forward, I feel like I make the wrong move. I'm right there.
Yeah. But it's a reality. It's just a reality, bro. You know, it's a reality. So, you know, but it's good pressures. Like, see, a lot of people can't take that pressures. Like, when I say that, and that's why I get, and I come so aggressive with everybody I'm around, because you don't realize how I check myself, how I look in the mirror, and till you tripping, till you need to, like, I really had these conversations with myself. So when I talk to somebody else, they might think I'm aggressive, but I'm like, this is how I talk to you ought to hear how I talk to myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't even play with myself. Like, when I talk to my mom, when I talk, like, I don't play because it ain't time to play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's go time, man.
Well, when I was running track, I was at Miami Beach. My coach stayed in Kimball. Lauren Williams, who else might y'all know? Karan Clemens. I've been to a lot of big wealthy houses off of track, mansions, Bentleys, all that good stuff. Couple celebrities, whatever. But the realest thing I ever heard is the mind doesn't work backwards. What does that mean? If you've ever been inside a mansion, if you ever known someone that owns a mansion or a Bentley and you have a conversation with them and talk to them or whatever, just know them on that level. If you've walked through a mansion, the mind does not work backwards. It's hard to come back and settle for, like, I love my duplex to death, but I've seen a mansion. So this is not nowhere near stop.
No, I just
You know, my parents, big house in Harker Heights, own properties, all that stuff. But I've been in mansions.
Yeah.
It don't stop. You know, when you see wealth, like one of the things that was inspirational for me, and I'm a Rick Ross fan, and I don't know if I really like his music like that, but when I was in Miami, I saw Rick Ross giving away book bags. I saw when he talking about the white BMW. Yeah, I saw that. I saw him feeding the community. I saw him pulling up for shit on the local news that was just happening and him pulling up.
Yeah.
So I seen that and like, damn, I'm from, why can't I be that influential in my community?
Yeah.
My mind don't work backwards. So, and it's not about so much being influential versus impactful versus you not ever even meeting me and saying, oh, that's Be Great on purpose. And if you drive down 2nd Street, he got a building. That building say, I'm possible. Yeah, because nothing's impossible. And to me, if that's my legacy, I'm happy with that because I left some positive here that inspires others, no matter how you look at it, you know. No. So just keeping that at the forefront of the moves.
Yeah, got to. And you know, in closing, I want to touch on what you just said about leaving something, man, because I'm having those conversations right now. Like, and I was telling a few people today, the last couple of days, you know, like I said, I'm going through the death of my partner. And I'm like, the world, like the second you die, the world keep going. Like it's a wrap. Like if you didn't have an impact, and I ain't talking about no impact where you smashed a bunch of girls, you went to a bunch of parties, you know what I'm saying? You know, like a lot of the people that we know, we kind of remember them for stuff, but it ain't nothing like like, oh boy used to fight hard, or oh boy used to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I talk about, and this is what I always talk about, like my great grandma. I love her to death. She died at 94, right? And every now and then I still think about her. She pop up in my head. You know how it goes, just regular life. But the difference between my grandma and Mr. Disney, Walt Disney, every day his kids gonna look at that picture and be like, that's the man that changed the legacy. So it ain't that he's right more above the man. It ain't that he is more important than my grandmother, but he left a bigger impact. She left she left kids that's basically impoverished. They had kids that had kids that had kids. So that's a beautiful thing. You left a family, but an impoverished family. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I mean when we talk about raising the standards. Because a lot of times people be like, oh man, you talking down. No, it ain't talking down. It's time to raise up. It's like, it's time to say barely making it and being able to feed my kids and keeping a roof over my head. That, like, if you're a man and you say you think you're doing your job because you got a roof over your kid's head and you feed them, that's crazy because you're supposed to do that. That's like automatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a dog animal having a baby, then, well, I'm gonna let you suck on my titty. No, you're supposed to. You don't want to have me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that goes with that raising the standards, man. So I just want to say that because we have to think bigger and we have to stop selling for the less of everything, man.
Let me jump on that a little bit.
You good? Yeah, you good. Yeah.
When you talk to somebody, right? If they're going through something and you know they're going through something, hey, bro, you good? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. If they're really okay and doing better than most of us, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. So one of the things I came up with and I figured is you're gonna be good by default. Even when you bad, you're gonna say you doing good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So in order to really be something in life, you really got to try to be great on purpose. Like, because you good by default.
Yeah, you got to go for greatness, and you can't be feel
Scared
bad.
of it.
Yeah, and you can't be. When I had to start saying wealth shame, because a lot of people, when you start thinking different, you start moving different, you start operating different, and you think you better, or you think, man. And I tell people, you're not going to wealth shame me because I'm not better than nobody, but I want more than most. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to make me feel bad because I want more than you. You're not going to make me feel bad because I'm more focused than you. I don't want to go to parties. Why you ain't got the news, Jay? Why you don't drive this new? Why you don't do that? You're not going to be mad. You can't make me feel bad about not being a part of the rat race, man. I know that you got a nicer car than me, and I know you got a nicer house than me, but I know the bills that come with that, bro. Like I study the wealth, you know what I'm saying? So like, and I tell people, I say I'd rather have an older house that's paid for and an older truck that's paid for than a new house that's got a 30-year lease and a new truck that got an 8-year lease. Not because that person is crazy for having it, but my question is, can you really afford it? If you miss work for a month or two, are you good?
The system is dangerous, bro. Because like, I bought my daughter a little cash car, you know. I made the mistake and didn't teach her about oil, so she blew it up. But she went and got a little car with a payment on there, and I'm like, man, I'm like, right now, she goes to early college, high school, so she's a junior. When she graduate next year, she have her associates. Yeah. I'm like, man, you're going to get to work your whole life. Right now, your only job is to go to school and focus on that. You know, but she got this car note and doesn't understand that, well, it's a learning tool, but she gonna understand, like, man, this is how you tie yourself into the system.
You start getting those things, then you gotta do certain things, you gotta work certain hours, you gotta because you put yourself in that position. You know, so that's things we're gonna talk about, man. But it was another great episode, man. Hey, your boy don't want to say nothing, you know what I'm saying? What's up, man? Let the world know who he is, man.
Nah, not the first time. Just sit back, enjoy the rodeo the first time. Second time, yeah, I got you. Big
okay.
So, bro, I'm gonna talk about him a little bit. This is my little brother's one of his best friends. Okay. Me and my little brother are 10 years and 6 months apart. Exactly. So I'm tapping in with the next generation already and trying to share as much knowledge as possible. But this is on Instagram, Terrell Demetrius, like, great photographer, great artist. If you get a chance, go check out his page, like Terrell Demetrius, all one word. He got the little French accent thing over the E, you know. So you know, he thinks
designer photography. Essentially, I'm a creative, you know. But everything that y'all saying align with, you know what I'm saying, the process of like your journey. And like you were saying today, I learned a lot from, you know what I'm saying, like exactly like how do you execute and get started, and that's what it's all about, you know.
Yeah, no, that's what's up, man. Yeah, make sure you tag me or something on Instagram, Wealth is Gangster, or follow me so I can follow you back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, no doubt, I got you.
Showing the thing so we can stay locked in. But yeah, come on back, man. Next time, let's chop it up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So man, I'm gonna hit you tomorrow. I keep saying I told my wife the other day, I got to hit man because I need to get up on this. It's a couple different little business things I need to run past you. But
all right, I'll be in Temple tomorrow.
Okay, well, yeah, let's either meet up or we can talk. If you can't meet, I can still hit you or whatever. But I'll text you and see what you're looking like.
All right, bet.
It was another episode of Mindset Monday. My boy Ben Antonio, and then what was your name again in the back partner?
Terrell Demetrius.
Terrell Demetrius.
Oh, Terrell Demetrius. Okay, nice to meet you, my G. Well, I'll see you next week. You come on back, man, and chop it up with us. I'll talk to you tomorrow, my G. Thank y'all for tapping in, Mike, Bam. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that tapped in with us. We out.
Peace.